The fourth step in the system is stealth arousal. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be using some kino stuff, some sleazy funny kino, and the goal of this is to create real spikes in arousal. It's going to be the type of stuff that she's never had done to her before. So the key thing here is that you're going to do something very sexual and something that hasn't been done before, and that is employing the same elements that run throughout of playfulness, secrecy, and confidence. So a few examples. You might be talking to a girl and you want a way to touch her boobs. So you might have your drink and you're going to brush past, you're going to drink your drink. I'm brushing past with the back of my hand and also the arm, and there's quite a lot of contact there. So you can do it with the drink. You can do it, just as, you're touching your face or whatever. So you can do a lot of things to incidentally brush past. You can, do things like that. You can also be leading her and brush the boobs with the back of your arm. And just a little bit of movement makes the difference between, an arm that is just there and an arm that is doing something. Probably what you want to happen is the first time you do it, she doesn't really notice, because women are used to their boobs touching things. If they brush past people in the club or, brush past the wall or whatever, it's not strange to have this happen. So first time you want it to be, I'm not even noticing it. Second time you want her to think, is he doing that? What's going on there? And then the third time she might catch a look in your eye, and she's like that. And in that moment her heart rate increases and she's like, her eyes widen, and you know you've got something there. You can also touch her in a more intimate place in a few different ways. So best way to do it is like this. If you look at the distance between her hand and this area, it's pretty close. Okay, so we might be in somewhere and we're going to go for a little walk. So we're going to go to the bar, we're going to go and dance or whatever. Let's go and dance. And my first touch misses. So I'm going in front to take the lead, and I'm reaching back, but I'm touching here first, and then I'm moving and getting the hand. All right? If she does look at me, I'm not getting off on it. That's key. I'm not going like that. That might provoke a bad response. I'm kind of like this. So it's ambiguous whether I'm just smiling generally or whether, I know what I'm doing. Either way, it's going to be cool. When you're in a club and you need to get close to her because it's noisy, you can often position yourself so that one leg is between her legs, and you can be talking to her, and you can have a lot of incidental touch going on the inside of the thigh and slightly higher, just like this. Girls, when they're in the club, they either wear jeans or they wear a dress. And if they're wearing jeans, there's a few different things I want to do. And next thing I want to teach you is something that I've done 20, 30 times. It's tried and tested, and sometimes I'll do it to the same girl multiple times in a short space of time. I want to be quite close and I'm talking to her. And what I want to do is I want to have a hand somewhere around here and another hand high up on her arm, on her shoulder, something like that. I want to increase the pressure of my touch on her shoulder, and at the same time, with my left hand, I want to just undo the jeans. So what she's getting, like, squeeze on the shoulder, is drawing her attention there, and then she's not noticing that happen. So in 95% of cases, you're going to be able to undo that top button just by distracting her and doing it with one hand, and she won't even notice. The next step, if you want to take it a bit further, you go back to talking normally, and then you might distract her again. The next step is to lift up the zip, because when the zip is in the down position, it's locked, and when it's in the up position, it's free. So you want to lift up the zip without looking at it. So you'll be talking to her, and just going to lift up the zip, and then you might leave it again for a bit. Then you go back, and you might distract her again. You can actually undo the zip. All right, so you've actually got to a point where you can undo a girl's jeans and she won't even have noticed. Most girls do not wear, they wear underwear. That's not what I was going to say. They don't wear belts. So it makes it quite easy to do that. Now at this point, she's either going to notice, and she's going to be like, whoa, what happened? But she won't notice you. Or you can draw her attention to it. Hang on a minute, what the hell's going on? And you can cause a little moment with a little smirk, so she might think it's you. Or the third option is you could now put your hand down the back of her jeans. And it's going to work because there's a lot more space. Girls wear very tight jeans, so it's impossible to do it a lot of the time when they're done up. But you'll be able to do it because there's now space because you've undone them. At some point, she's going to realise this happened. You can do a lot of funny things with this. So you might have done it multiple times. There was a girl recently that she stayed the night, and then we were saying goodbye at the station, and I'd undone her jeans, and there was a policeman there. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later. Hang on, what's that? I was like, officer, look. And she's got a policeman staring as she does up her trousers. And she's like, ah! And she comes over and hits me like that. But again, it's the perfect response. And how many times has that happened in that girl's life? Never happened. So let's do it up, sorry. So again, and to undo it, I mean, it's pretty easy and you can practice it. But all you're doing is you're gripping your thumb at the top and your index finger there, and you're just bringing them together and letting it slide out. So just pinching and bringing it together, and it's nice and easy. And because the zip's still done up, she doesn't feel much of a release of tension. And by being distracting with your other hand and touching her somewhere with a slightly firmer grip, it's just like the guy, the old pickpocket that's talking to someone. He wants to steal the watch, he's holding the wrist, and he does something here or something there, and then the watch is gone, and then he's back like that. So it's like the old pickpocket trick. But I've used this tons of times, and again, what it's doing is it's giving a woman an interaction that she's never had before. It's creating a sexual spike, and it's something that shows a lot of confidence, but also with the playfulness. So it's not sleazy, it's sleazy funny. A couple other things that you can do if she's wearing jeans that are quite funny. You could do something